What's up, y'all? So, it's been a long time, but we're gonna do advanced Leviathan, advanced normal Leviathan. So we're gonna start by looking at the gear setup that I recommend that you bring. Um, it's right here. So the gear setup that I recommend is a little different than what most people run, and for one main reason, and that's the fact that I have a blowpipe instead of a webweaver bow. Other than that, it's pretty typical. It's the max Zerite crossbow, which is optimal here with the ruby bolts. Now the webweaver versus the blowpipe. This is an advanced Leviathan guide. Okay, if you don't really know how Leviathan works, or you like looking for, um, a very like casual friendly strategy, I guess I should say, for doing Leviathan, then that's not what we're doing here. I'm showing you the fastest way to do Leviathan uh, on an account solo without the use of spec transfer alts, because I'm assuming most of you don't have one. I'm actually getting close to the point of completing GT2 on my alt, so I may follow up on my Whisperer, Leviathan, and Vardorvis guys with spec transfer versions later, but most of you don't have one, so it's not really worth talking about right now, I think, and at all for most people. So anyways, back to the Webweaver bow. The Webweaver bow is used to finish off the enrage phase immediately, but it is faster to instead use the ZCB as your spec weapon. That's going to get your kills down faster, and then you use the blowpipe to kill the last phase. It's definitely a lot more intensive. The actions per minute I'll show you a couple of the blowpipe phases, and the actions per minute is pretty high. It's not something that everybody's going to really be down for, and that's completely fair. If you want to run a webweaver instead of a blowpipe and not spec with your ZCB, it's going to lower your kills per hour by like 1 or 2, but it's completely fair. That said, if we're going to go with what's strictly fastest, this is what's strictly fastest. If I would move my mouse just a little bit, there we go. You'll see that I am running Spellbook swap, and I think that everyone should run Spellbook swap at Leviathan because it is completely free. As long as you don't try to do it during the middle of the kill unnecessarily, it is completely free. Literally, in between kills, you just Spellbook swap to Arceus, bring out a Thrall, then Spellbook swap to Ancients, all before Leviathan spawns, and then you're just good to go. If you are like on a really bad gear setup and your kills are requiring you to barrage several times, then Spellbook swap could be a bit more of a pain for sure. But if you're on a main and like close to max gear, I think that Spellbook swap is like really something that nobody really has an excuse not to run, especially if they realize how easy it is. I'll show you exactly how you can do Spellbook swaps throughout the kill in like various situations. Okay, so let's go ahead and jump to the main kill that I wanted to show you all here. So it's right here, 2236. Oh, before we do that though, I want to show you real quick the way that you Spellbook swap when you start the first kill, because that's the one time when Leviathan's like already there, right? So you can't do it before he spawns. Well, you still kind of can. I'll show you here. So you Spellbook swap to Arceus before you go into Leviathan's lair. You climb up the handholds. You're gonna summon the Thrall. You're gonna wait for him to spawn. You're gonna ZCB spec him, and then you're gonna immediately switch to Ancient. And you're not going to miss any ticks on your crossbow. You'll be ready for the first attack. So that's how you do the first kill. And then outside of that, you just literally do this in between Leviathan spawning. So it's like super straightforward. I don't really know what else I could say. All right, so let's go ahead and locate that first kill. It's at 2236. Yeah. Oh yeah. It's gonna be the next kill, and then here I'm gonna show you what the enrage phase looks like when you do it with a blowpipe. So I turn my camera so I'm like facing Leviathan because I find that the easiest way to like make these clicks happen. But as you can see, it's just a blowpipe walk, and then you one tick to your prayers in between. This is pretty fast. Like I said, not everyone's gonna want to do that or is able to do that. That's fair. That's why Webweaver bow is a fair alternative. But if you do run the ZCB specs with the blowpipe, it's gonna speed your kills up. Now, as you can see, we're going to do it just like I said. We're going to Spellbook swap to Arceus. We're going to summon our Thrall. We are going to Spellbook swap to Ancient. And we're going to get all this done before Leviathan spawns with plenty of time to spare. So no worries there. We spec right away when Leviathan spawns. And we just, get to bolting. The main thing I want to say is that like there's a big like fundamental like like the fundamental idea with like doing Leviathan quickly is that you want to put off the barrage as long as possible. The more you barrage him and make him do specials, the slower your kill's going to be, because it's harder to attack him during specials, and you also do reduced damage during specials. So as a result, you want to play his prayer game as long as you can. So just as far as you can take this and comfortably not die to it is how far you should go, and then you should barrage after that point, and then like try to like always go to that point so that you can get the most DPS possible. If you go as far as I do, which is all the way up to the next fastest speed, then you're basically never gonna have to. You're just flatly never gonna have to barrage your kills more than once. And if you even do it like a speed slower, like I'd imagine it's still probably true. So yeah, I recommend definitely that you and that's how you get that 30 kills per hour that you can see in that top left corner up there. That's it's the fact of the matter. The fact of the matter is damage reduction slows you down. So it's just standard Leviathan stuff that we see here so far. You've got the 1/6 stream starting now, and then it's going to go to 3 colors on the next one. It's the speed after this one where I like cap out the fastest one I can do, and there is another speed like this next one, and there's another speed after this one that I'm doing right now that I just can't do, and so this is when I barrage. It's after this one's over. I've already got my barrage ready to go. Okay, I gotta pause here. I step to the B tile. So the B tile stands for barrage, and it's pretty much always going to be this green B tile that you work your way towards at the start of the kill from that starting tile that we have marked in green over there. So once you get to the B tile and you barrage Leviathan, when you see the XP drop for your barrage, this is our first little fine optimization. You can take a shot at Leviathan immediately after your barrage. Be careful that you wait for the barrage XP drop, because you'll cancel your barrage if you shoot him sooner, but yeah, it's a free shot that you can get in right after your barrage. And then you want to shoot him from you want to do the barrage from the barrage tile, because it's going to set you up for the next thing we're going to do, which is we're going to run to the P tile, which stands for proc, and we're going to shoot him from the P tile. This is just the fastest, like the earliest we can like get this proc off, so it saves us time to do it like from this position. And also I wanted to mention the boulders that get placed at the start of the kill. If they're on the east and west side, as they are right now, then you know that the first special is going to be lightning. If these boulders were on the north and south side, that would mean the first special was going to be boulders. So we know it's going to be lightning here, and after I shoot him from the P tile, I do the lightning setup. So we're going to go over a lightning setup and a boulder setup that are both very finely optimized. So the first one we'll talk about is the lightning setup. The lightning setup, you shoot from the P tile, and immediately after shooting from the P tile, you run to the yellow tile over here. As soon as you get to the yellow tile, let me turn the volume down a little bit. It's a little bit loud. As soon as you get to the yellow tile, you shoot Leviathan, and then you run to the nearest black tile from the yellow tile. Okay, so the one that's like there's 2 black tiles obviously on either side. You want to run into the close one all the time when you're setting this up, and then you wait for your shot from that tile, and then lightning is set. You just start running lightning back and forth between these 2 black tiles. So that's how you set up lightning without any tick loss, and also without taking any hits. And that leads us into a very, rather later than usual enrage phase. So now you'll get to see how the enrage phase plays out again. Like I said, it's a little bit fast, but yeah, you can get comfortable with it over time. And now let's talk about the... oh, before I do that, I want to show you real quick what lightning looks like when you set it up from the opposite side. So this is what it looks like when you do lightning from the opposite side. You're going to come around, shoot from the P tile, and then you're going to run to the yellow tile. You're going to shoot him from there, and then you're going to run to the near black tile, like I said, and that's going to set lightning up. I know that I wanted to show you it from this side because it kind of feels unintuitive. It feels like he's turning the wrong direction, but it does still set lightning up correctly. So if you ever have to like do your like multiple barrages because you're in worse gear or just not able to prayer flick very long, then you're gonna be able to set up lightning multiple times from either side using these tiles. Okay. Now let's talk about boulders setup. I've got boulders marked at 1333 in here. Yeah, so we're about to do the proc here. I run to the barrage tile, I barrage him, and then I click him to get my free shot in. It doesn't land, but whatever. I run to the P tile, and so for boulder setup, You're going to shoot from the P tile just like last time. You're going to immediately run to the start tile. And if you're like multiple barrages in, you can use the other set of tiles over here. And you can honestly do this like almost anywhere in the room, but I just have these positions marked because they're handy. You want to do it like close to the edge. You just need a straight line of 5 tiles that you can use though, basically, and then get behind that you can use and then get behind after. So anyways, I got kind of sidetracked. Let's go back a bit. Okay, we do the barrage, we shoot, and we're at P tile. We shoot from P tile, we immediately run to start. Now here's a fine optimization for you. A lot of people, when they get to this tile, what they want to do is they shoot Leviathan right away, and then they start walking right away. Because what you do is you walk, click Leviathan, walk, click Leviathan. I'll show you it here. Walk, click Leviathan, walk, click Leviathan, walk, click Leviathan. Now the fine optimization I'm talking about here comes in the fact that, sorry, it's a big video, so I'm having a hard time skipping around precisely. When we get to the point where the walk starts here, instead of immediately walking after I shoot Leviathan here, there's my XP drop, I wait 1 tick before I walk, okay? And that makes it so I get 3 shots in as opposed to 2 during this walk, because at the very end here, I'll sneak 1 more in. Make sure when you take that last shot that you click under your character's feet so you don't drag yourself out from behind the boulders. But you would not get that shot if you started walking immediately after this XP drop. You want to start walking 1 tick after that XP drop. So I'll show you the boulder setup in full just continuously here. As you can see, I waited 1 tick there. That gave me this extra shot, like I said. And now I take a Ruby Bolt spec here for cheat because, you know, light bearer's on. And just finish out the kill. So yeah, that's the main structure of like how a Leviathan kill goes for me. And I usually get about 30, a little bit over 30 kills per hour. So that's like, I think pretty good. So hopefully you can get some useful information for your own killing of Leviathan out of this video. And, you know, if you have any questions or anything, just let me know. I guess that's it.